new technology could turn out to be life-saving for first responders, but local leaders would have to come up with the money for it first. 10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett explains why first responders say there's a need for armored protection.
Times have changed for first responders.
This would be something we could definitely use.
Ben Cooks, the chief of public safety at the Roanoke Airport, a retired firefighter, and the former Vinton police chief. He says paramedics find themselves closer to dangerous situations more and more often.
A barricaded suspect, a hostage taker, armed robbery, somebody's still inside the building. There's a lot of different scenarios that will require an extra level of protection.
In Vinton Wednesday, he and other Roanoke Valley law enforcement checked out new technology that could protect them in those situations. The Horton Guardian is an ambulance armored with ballistic protection.
We like to come out and see what technology is available.
Wrapped in Kevlar found in bulletproof vests and features 360-degree cameras, bulletproof glass, and run-flat tires.
In other words, you could puncture the tire, shoot a hole in the tire, and the tire's going to stay up and you can drive away. You can drive to safety.
The armor's also designed to protect vehicles from storm damage, like what happened to this one during a tornado in Franklin County.
And render aid a little bit further into the storm or a little bit earlier into the storm.
CW Armor in Vinton can work with local departments to upgrade ambulances, but it can be pricey, up to $100,000. With grants and pooled resources, it would be possible to see an armored ambulance in the valley, and Cook says the need is there.
We all work really well in the valley together. Anything we can do to help protect our staff and other people, we're all for it.
In Vinton, Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.